Yeah, we're in good shape now. We can go ahead and get started. So let's go ahead and we got the circle in front of us. Let's go ahead and get started. It says the space inside this circle
And the
represents my
circle
realm
That's
of
right.
knowledge.
represent all my
All that I
All
think
that
I
I think I
know
know
about
about
whatever I
what
think
I
I
think
know
I know.
is depicted
Look
right
right
here
here
within
in
this
this
circle.
circle.
I must keep in
That's
mind
right. That
that
is
there is
more
more
to
to
know
know than what
than
is
what is
within the
within the
circumference
circumference of
of
my
my
awareness.
awareness. Dr. Ray Hagan, you know the deal, everybody.
Don't you, Dr. Chanel?
You got it. Life,
Uncle Johnson
prosperity,
there.
and good health. And then remember we talked about the word anuk. So when you're by yourself and you want to do a little meditation, you anuk uja, anuk sameb. I am
And
life. I am
Mm-hmm.
prosperous. And I am good health.
Yeah.
Akuja sameb, everybody, you know the deal. Standards, this is standard. You know, we talk about we are metaphysicians. We are all students and we study everything that exists as well as nature, the nature of things that actually exist. And we study as to whether the world is an illusion. An illusion, when I think about illusion, we think about vibration. But this whole thing is a fundamental view of the world. And we know God to be is. Is meaning anything I say after that word is just another attribute of this thing we can't define, but we call God. Um, Creator is another word. Um, the Almighty, the universe. People got all kind of words, but the Africans did not have one. Our ancestors did not have one because they knew it was too big to define. So they did not. They understood how it goes. I wanted to pull this up. This came from the book, The Science of Mind. You know the book, those of us who went through it, those of you who have it, still a good reference book. And when we talk about us, we want to talk about man. Man reenacts the divine nature of all three, in all three planes. He is one, self-knowing in his conscious mind. He is two, creative through his subconscious reactions. And he is three, has a body, right? And then he personifies the trinity of being, and that's what that is. Knowing that is the, the, the Trinity is not a man and a two guys and a and a cross. It's not that kind of stuff at all. The Trinity is a whole different concept that we're going to get into a little bit. And so, as people, as individuals, we are the son of the Father, and that we are within the Father. And so the Father is greater than the Son, but the Son has the same essence as the Father. In other words, there is that within us which partakes of the nature of the divine. And since it partakes of the nature of the divine, we are the divine. So if God is, I am, because I am of the nature of this thing we call God. And anything I say after I am becomes the same thing that is said when we say God is. And for us, we take a few minutes just to kind of close our eyes and meditate for a minute, understanding that we exhale and we inhale. And the importance of that is the fact that knowing that in between, when we inhale and just hold, not like you're underwater, but just hold, we want to be aware that this is where this thing we call God and I can connect. At that point, on my own and in my own thought pattern and in my own thinking, I'm connecting with this thing. And so we take a few minutes and we just relax after we hold that breath, take everything out of it, and then then do it all over again. So just, if you will, if you want to close your eyes, just inhale, take that breath, and when you get that air in your lungs, hold it. Again, not like you're underwater at all, but just hold that air. Take everything out of it. You are now communicating with this thing we call God. Let it go. Anything you don't need now, let it go. Exhale, exhale, exhale. One more time, inhale. Bring it in, gratitude inside of you, inside of me. Thanksgiving, appreciation, hold that. Communicate. And then slowly exhale again, let it go. Anything you don't need now, let it go. You don't need it, let it go. And so inhale one more time. The I am. Hold that breath. Again, not like underwater, but just hold it, use it up. And then one more time, let it go. Anything that's left that you don't need, let it go. Let it go, and then just breathe. Yes. As we learn to do that, that'll be very important, because all of us, there's going to be a time when you will exhale and never inhale. And so when we exhale and we inhale, understand that that transition, that little piece, is a time when you can actually say, I'm communicating now. It's not in words so much, but in thought. And you're in control of the thoughts that you have, so you are in control of that communication. God is willing to work with whatever it is you're trying to work with. Memory is accumulative. We say this, meaning that it's always going to be there. You learn it, it's there. You may forget on the outside, but on the inside, it's still there. It's accumulative. It is not episodic. And that's because of consciousness and subconscious. Consciously, we can control the things that we think about. The things that you don't want to think about, you have the ability to not think about it. In other words, they don't get to enter into your subconscious, the insides of you, the part that holds everything, unless you allow it to be there. Your experiences, the people you meet, the jokes you hear, the songs you sing, they all are all wrapped up in your subconscious. They're there. They will always be there. We know that if you think something, you're going to feel it. And if you feel it, you are going to create vibrations for it, whether you like it or dislike it. And then when you vibrate it, it's coming close to you. It's coming your way because you vibrated it. You're going to sync with those vibrations, and they will be yours at that same level. What you think you feel, you vibrate. And what you vibrate, you will attract. Okay. I think tonight, let me look at the time real quick. We're going here. We're going pretty good here. I'm going to go ahead and put this slide up. Last week, we kind of touched on this, and it turned out to be something to really get into. We're going to get into it in detail tonight. Brother in the suit's going to take over. And it's this impact of the twin brothers, the rivalry of nations throughout the generation. And I show them this way because this was an interesting way to show it. We did mention one time that people think about it as being nations, but we'll get into that. We can talk about it. The story of Jacob and Esau, the twins. Masood, you want to, let me see, we'll go ahead from there. Go take the podium.
Me.
You talking to me?
Hey, Wendy. Oh.
Oh, hello. I'm sorry.
Hey.
Just
I
getting
think you
in.
meant to be on mute there.
Yes,
Peace, Wendy.
How are you? You doing okay?
I'm doing pretty good. How
That's
y'all
good.
doing?
That's good. That's good.
Doing well.
We were just about to start a little bit on, we left it hanging last time, Jacob and Esau.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, we're gonna get into that a little bit tonight. So, Masood,
I am sending the request. It should.
I'm gonna
I'm,
do an allow here, and I think then you have to do what you have to do.
let's see. Okay. All right. Okay. All right, family. Good evening. Uncle Joshua, Uncle Mayat. Peace be unto everybody.
Yes, do our netaru. Sure.
Do I. Thank you. All praises go to the ancestors.
Yes,
Because without them, we wouldn't be here.
that's right.
That's right.
I do want to thank you guys again for having me, for me to be able to convey this information and touch on the subjects that come up so that we can address anything that's in our minds, right? Anything. So it was good that our sister Wendy brought that up in the last meeting about Esau and Jacob. And uh, how it pertains, we will first start with how it pertains to what's going on with the war and everything. So let's do that. Let's do that. So everybody see my screen, right? I'm on.
Yeah, let me unshare mine. I think I need to stop. I think that will take care of that. No, that didn't work. Something's
Because
not
it says
right.
that it said you are sharing your screen. Nobody else see that?
Yeah, I see that.
What do you
And
see?
Um, I said, who is Esau
who
today?
was
Iran.
in Iran? Yeah, yeah.
All right.
In
Right.
live. We live again, right? In real time.
Right.
In Iran is what we want.
Right.
Okay, cool. And everybody
I
see
got it.
my
We're good. We're good.
good. Everybody see my cursor moving in a
Yeah.
circle and everything. Just make sure we got good. And my
I
vocals
did.
are good coming across.
Yeah.
Yeah, everything's good.
All right, so let's start it. The first question: Who is Esau today in Iran? How does this pertain to what's going on? So, real quick, I always like to show steps on how to study because research is an art to research. We know now we have technology. We always talk about AI, and everybody using AI and everything. And I don't have a problem with AI if that's not the only avenue of information. But for this, we are going to go to a quick AI Copilot search, and I already have it already queued up. So, who is Esau today? That's what I put up there. Who is Esau today in Iran? And I'm gonna read. Esau, the biblical progenitor of the Edomites, is historically linked to people across the Middle East through no direct modern. Here we go, Wendy. It already starts to answer some of your questions. Though no direct modern Iranian lineage is definitely established. So already, those people that says that this is uh, now it's a spiritual war on that side of it as far as with the two nations, the Esau and the Jacob thing, which we all should know that Jacob end up to turn to be Israel later on. God changes name from Jacob to Israel, which is very important. But right away, we already said that just from this particular source or this summary, they tell you that there's no direct modern Iranian lineage that's established. Now, historical background: Esau, also called Edom, right? Esau, which is we know that what Esau is the reason why they called. Oh, got a question? Anybody? We
Uh,
we're gonna answer questions at the end. But if you have a question, anybody? All right, we know that Esau, right? Sometimes called Edom,
Yeah.
is like representing red. In Hebrew, that would be it. It boils down to red, right? So it says Esau, also called Edom, was the eldest son of Isaac. Isaac, we know, is the son of Abraham. Abraham being the patriarch of the Israelites, the Hebrews. Isaac and the twin brother of Jacob, which later is called Israel. In the Hebrew Bible, he became the ancestor of the Edomites. Edomites, Edom, remember, is red. These are, I'm saying this because these are things we need to remember. Represents red, or red is involved. Let's put it like that. Edomites, who settled in the mountainous regions of Seir, a southeast of the Dead Sea, later known as Edom. The Edomites were skilled traders, had a kingly system, and often conflict with Israelites. Over the centuries, they was conquered by empires such as the Babylonians, the Persians, and eventually displaced by the Nabateans, migrated into the southern Judea and integrated into Judean society. And they always, anytime again, going back to how we study, how we look up things, even if you're doing the AI should present some kind of source. This particular source comes from mikegravel.org and another source behind that, plus two more sources behind it. But I want to continue on, right? Modern descendants. I want to go down to this. Connection to Iran. You going up? Go ahead. Go ahead. All right, connection to Iran. While Esau descendants historically migrated eastward, there is no, here we go, y'all. There is no direct evidence linked to modern Iranians, specifically to Esau. Some sources note that Abraham's other son, particularly those from Keturah, migrated into regions closer, here, closer to Persia. But these are distinct from Esau's line. They give a source off the grid news. Therefore, any connection between Esau and the contemporary Iranians population is speculative and indirect, primarily through broader Middle Eastern migration and intermingling of Semitic tribes. In a summary, Esau's legacy survives through the Edomites, and their integration into various Middle Eastern population includes parts of Turkey, Iraq, Syria, and Palestine. However, we down here. However, there is no definitive identification of Esau descendants in modern Iran. And any claims, now this is important, Wendy, this is for you. This is why this was brought up. And any claims are largely based on historical conjuncture and genealogical interpretation rather than concrete evidence.
So where do we see that before?
This is why we study. This is why we do what we do. So
that's interesting.
that answers the question as far as that. Now, some people have an interpretation of this being that particular spiritual war between the two nations. And if we was to look at it in our brothers and sisters way, the Black Israelites, they would say that Esau is the white man and Jacob is the black man, or the black man and woman, or the so-called black man and woman, as they would say, right? And in the story, when we read it, because that's what we're going to do, we're going to see the difference of the two. It's funny that my dad brought that picture up and showed that they was supposedly twins, but they look very, very, very different. So that means that they was in the womb very, 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 very different. Now, already, again, we got to go to our logical thinking on all of this. Wait a minute. I'm so sorry. Yeah, give me 1 second. I have to see what the guard dog is. Give me 1 second. I'm so sorry.
An interesting thing while David's doing what he's doing is in the story of the two brothers. The Bible kind of talks about how they struggle even when they were in Rebecca's womb. I mean, they were fighting like crazy, and they were told that two nations would come out of there. So when it was time to be born, it's interesting because while Esau was coming out, Jacob was holding on to his heel, which is how he got his name. So, get more into that. That name kind of means Jacob actually means grasp the heel.
Right. Right.
Yeah,
Jacob actually means the heel.
the heel.
Or in some cases, it would be the supplanter. You know, the supplanter. The supplanter is someone who takes somebody's position or
Right,
somebody who usurps.
right.
It's the reason why they named but they definitely called him Jacob because when he came out, what is going on? It's funny when he came out, he was literally grasping his heel. He saw heel when he come out. But we're gonna get to that. We don't want to ask you to read all of that good stuff. Um, so we know where Iran is in this. We could take Iran out of this.
That's
Let's
right.
just take that out of this, right? So let's get out of that, and let's go to we're gonna go to the Bible, because what better source if we talk about this is the Bible, right? We're gonna go to the story of Esau and Jacob. Already got it queued up. It's gonna be Genesis. If anybody is going along with us in their books, it's gonna be Genesis 25 through 21 through 23. And everybody should know, but I will repeat again. I always go to the let me get that up. I always go to the new revised standard version because that's the
Right.
more scholarly version Bible.
I wonder
If
excuse me, one
uh
thing, somebody got that Ethiopian Bible. I can't look mine up. They might want to follow in that just out of curiosity.
Yeah, yeah, definitely. Well,
That'd be
again,
kind of neat.
this would be taped, so it's we behoove you, we employ you, we motivate you, we ask of you to go back and look back at the video again and bookmark different things and write down notes and actually look at these in the different scriptures and different books because that's part of the deconstruction too. So we are here, 25. And we're gonna just pass through all of this. Da, 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 da. We're gonna pass. Abraham already died. Remember, he's the patriarch of the Israelites. And we're gonna come here. We're gonna start at 19. I think I said 21, but we're gonna start at 19. And it said the birth and the youth of Esau and Jacob. Here we go. So these are the descendants of Isaac, Abraham's son. Abraham was the father of Isaac. Now, first, I do want to say I do love this story before we go into it. And I want to kind of give my thoughts on it first. I love this story because again, when I got more metaphysical, when I got more detached away from the box of religion and dipped more into studies and spirituality, I looked at this story differently. A lot of people would tell you that it was some trickery going on here. There was some deceitfulness going on between Jacob and Esau. But I'm gonna see if we can see this a different way. I love this because this actually shows the power of feeling and I am, right? Because I am is good when you say it, that's powerful, but that's only halfway there. You have to feel like you the one that deserves the blessing.
Right.
So we're gonna look at this in a more metaphysical way. I wanna give it in a metaphysical way. So let's go to birth and the youth of Esau and Jacob. So it said these descendants of Isaac and Abraham's son. Abraham was the father of Isaac, and Isaac was 40 years old when he married Rebekah, daughter of Bethuel, the Aramean of Paddan Aram, sister of Laban, the Aramean. Isaac prayed to the Lord for his wife because she was barren. She wasn't able to have children, or she didn't have children at the time. And the Lord granted his prayer, and his wife Rebekah conceived. The children struggled together within her. They literally in the King James they say they wrestled in the womb, right, between the both of them. So they already had some rivalry things start going. The children struggled together within her, and she said, "If it is to be this way, why do I live?" She's asking questions like, "I'm." It was must was causing the pain, all the fighting, because she basically asked like, why do I have to go through this? What is this and this? I want to take y'all back to the Adam and Eve on when God cursed Eve with pain during childbirth. This is an example of that. She was going through pain. They was fighting in the womb. And she was, why do I have to go this? So she asked the Lord, what's going on? So she went to inquire of the Lord. Now this is important. It says in 23, and the Lord said to her, who's talking?
The Lord.
The Lord.
Lord.
Lord is talking. And the Lord said to her, two nations are in the womb, and two people born of you shall be divided. The one shall be stronger than the other, and the elder shall serve the younger. Now, we know that the Lord is talking, right? So this is primary source. This is the God.
Yeah.
Also, he's talking about something in the future.
Right.
He literally said that the one shall be stronger than the other, and the elder, which is very important, shall serve the younger. He's saying what, y'all? If you're talking in the future,
That's
then
right.
you're saying a prophecy. So this is actually a prophecy. This is a real prophecy. In 24, when her time to give birth was at hand, there were twins in her womb. The first came out red. Now, this is going back to our brothers and sisters, our Black Israelites. This is the clear difference of the two brothers, the so-called twins that came out of one womb, with which, if you take their account, it came out of a black woman womb. So Esau came out how? When her time to give birth was at hand, there were two twins in her womb. The first came out red, all his body like a hairy mantle.
Mhm.
So they named him Esau, because Esau literally means hairy. And Edom is combined with red. You will see that as we go on. I'm sorry if y'all hear my attack dog out there, my vicious dog.
No, I don't hear him, so it's good.
Okay, good. That's
Yeah.
real good. Okay.
Yeah.
So then Esau. Afterward, his brother came out, and his hand gripped Esau's heel. My father just said that about that. So he was named Jacob, because in Hebrew, when you get all the way down to the etymology, it actually boils down to heel. Literally means heel. He was grabbing the heel. Again, how realistic is this? How truthful is all of this going on? Those of our sisters who had children, how believable is this stuff? We have to ask ourselves. Right?
Yeah.
Isaac was 60 years old when she bore them. Okay. 27. When the boys grew up, Esau was a skillful hunter, a man of the field, while Jacob was a quiet man living in tents. Isaac loved Esau because he was fond of game, but Rebekah loved Jacob. Mm. So there's Some favoritism going on, yo. Already about to be dysfunction.
That's right.
Esau sells birthright, sells his birthright. Once when Jacob was cooking stew, and it must have been some good smelling stew, either that or Esau was very hungry. Because when Esau came from the field and he was famished, Esau said to Jacob, "Hey man, let me eat some of that red stuff, for I am famished." And in parentheses, you notice they therefore he was called Edom. Remember, I told you Edom is going to be coupled with red, if we didn't know, right? So he said, "Let me get some of that red stuff you cooking, man. It smells good." So Jacob, quick thinking in his head, said, okay, well, I'll tell you what. First, sell me your birthright. Esau said, "I'm about to die. I'm starving right now. What do I care about a birthright?" Basically, is what he's saying. Of what use is a birthright to me at this point? I'm starving. So Jacob said, wait. Here come the bowl, but swear to me first. So he swore to him and sold his birthright to Jacob. Then Jacob gave Esau bread and lentil stew, and he ate and drank and rose and went his way. Thus Esau despised his birthright. So he didn't even want the birthright.
Right. He did not.
And in their custom, it is for the oldest son, when the father passed away, that he gets the birthright. He is the man. So regardless of him not wanting it, he was supposed to have it anyway. All right.
We'll see.
All right. So that's the story of Esau and Jacob being born. We want to fast forward all the way to when Isaac blesses Jacob. And that's, if you're following me in your books, going to be 27, chapter 27, verse 1. And we're just going to read it out. Already got it queued up. All right. So time has passed. People passing away, this and that. Isaac is getting old. Right. And that's basically what we coming to now. Isaac is getting old. He's starting to lose a couple of his senses. So 27, Isaac blesses Jacob. Now remember, who's supposed to get the birthright?
Esau.
Esau, of course.
By custom, Esau is supposed to get that.
That's right. That's right.
So here's where people see this as a deceitful thing, a knave, a very deceitful thing that happened, right? But again, we're going to look at it with our third eye, with our metaphysical thought process, right? So here we go. When Isaac was old and his eyes were dim, meaning that he was going blind, so that he could not see, he called his eldest son Esau and said to him, "My son." And he answered, "Here I am." He said, "See, I am old. I do not know the day of my death. Now then, take your weapons, your quiver, and your bow, and go out to the field and hunt game for me. Then prepare me a savory food such as I like, and bring it to me to eat, so that I may bless you before I die." He basically just said, hey, I'm getting old. I can feel it coming. I can't see. This is it bad. So I tell you what, man, go out and go get my favorite food, man, and fix it for me and make it good. And as you do that, prepare for me and I eat it. I go ahead and hand over the birthright as I'm supposed to.
Right.
Verse 5. Now Rebecca was listening. Now here we go. We must pay attention. Sister Wendy, you with us? This for you. This is
I'm
what we
here.
have to listen to it. I know you are, sis. So verse 5. Now Rebecca was listening when Isaac spoke to his son. She was listening, kind of eavesdropping, as we like to say, that we us black people came up with. We eavesdropping, right? So when Esau went to the field to hunt the game for the father, Rebecca said to her son Jacob, I heard your father say your brother Esau, say to your brother Esau, bring me game and prepare for me. Let me bring it up. Bring me game and prepare for me savory food to eat, that I may bless you before the Lord, before I die. Now, there, my son, obey my word as I command you. Go to the flock. Now, understand this. I want y'all to understand that the mother, right? First of all, the father is by the father being blind, we have to look at the father being what? Like he's the father, but let's look at him as the master source or the infinite source. He's more of an esoteric symbol being blind like that. It's basically saying what? That the law, if we saying that the source, the law is blind. It don't care if you tall, small, skinny, fat, black, white. The law is blind. It's sort of like how they try to do with the statue of the Lady Justice when they blind her. She's blind justice. That she has no, she's gonna be fair on her calling. She don't have any favorites, right? So we have to look at the father as an esoteric symbol of the source having no favorites. Anybody can tap into it if you know how. And the mother we have to look at as a subjective intuition. And even men have intuition too. We'll talk about that another time. That's another subject. But we look at the mother like a subjective meaning to the individual intuition, right? And let's see what the subjective intuition is doing for Jacob. That's the mother is planned, by the way, Rebecca. Okay, so now, therefore, my son, obey my word as I command you. This is a subjective intuition telling him, go to the flock and get me two choice kids so that they may prepare from the savor food for your father, such as he likes. And you shall take it to your father to eat, so that he may bless you before he dies. But Jacob said to his mother, Rebekah, look, my brother Esau is a hairy man. I am a man of smooth skin. So already, let's look at this as a metaphysical thing. The subjective intuition is telling them, hey, you deserve to have the birthright, the blessings. But Jacob, like all of us, always questions ourselves. We always kind of question ourselves, like, nah, yeah, I think I can do it, but I don't think I can do it. So what he's telling himself is like, look, my brother is hairy. I'm smooth. What's the problem that he's having? He don't feel like he deserved to have the blessing. So what does the subjective intuition who's being played by the mother does? She said, Esau is a hairy man that I. She said, perhaps my father will feel me and I shall seem to be mocking him and bring a curse on myself and not a blessing. So look, he doubting it. I don't feel like I'm supposed to have this, mom. His mother said to him, let your curse be on me, my son. Only obey my word and go get them for me. So he went down. Wait a minute. Okay, yeah. All right. So he went and got them and brought them to his mother, and his mother prepared savory food such as his father loved. Then Rebecca, here we go. Let's see what the intuition do. Then Rebecca took to the best. Then Rebecca took the best garment of her elder son Esau, which were with her in the house, and put them on the younger son. What the intuition is doing, the subjective intuition is doing, is now clothing Jacob so that he could feel like he's the one getting the blessing, right? But on the surface, it's some deceitful, dysfunctional stuff going on because the mother is, first of all, I do want y'all to recognize when when the mother went to go ask God what to do and God talked to her, who was there to listen to God talk to her? Divine commandment. Y'all remember that lecture I had?
Yeah. Mhm.
Who in the world heard this? So we going off of Rebecca's mind, but Rebecca is being deceitful because she's going into her son's closet and going to pick out clothes that Esau would have so the son could Jacob could smell like him and feel like him. Some deceitful stuff. But if we look at it in a metaphysical way, the subjective intuition is now clothing Jacob so he can feel like he deserved that he's supposed to have, right? And so they say, and she put the skin of the kids on his hands and on the smooth parts of his neck. In the K in the King James, it would say something like, I believe it was sheep. She took some sheep hair and kind of clothed him around so that he could have the hairy feeling of the brother. Then she handed the savory food and the bread that she prepared to her son Jacob. Because remember, Isaac wanted Esau to go fix him a plate
Right.
of everything that he loved. So we continue. 18. So he went to his father and said, "My father." And he said, "Here I am." There go that here I am thing again, right? "Who are you, my son?" Jacob said to his father, what he said, "I am Esau, your firstborn." A nook, Esau,
Yeah.
your firstborn. I am is very important. Very important. I really commend my dad for prepping us up every in the beginning in the introduction because he gets us in a mind state of I am and
Right.
meditation and it's very very important because you can say I am. That's only half of it. But if you don't feel like you are, right? And he gets us in that feeling. We meditate, we breathe, we take time. Anything that was going on early in the day has now just went out the window. If you did it correctly,
Right.
even if it's temporary. All right. So I commend him for that because that was right on point. Remember, what you feel, what you recognize is what you energize, right?
Right.
So let's continue because time permits us. So hence he okay. So then I just said okay. Then Isaac
I
said
am.
to Jacob, okay, here we go. Jacob said to his father, "I am Esau, your firstborn. I have done as you told me. Now sit up and eat all of the game so that you may bless me." But now remember, I want y'all to put in the mind frame of Isaac being not just the father, but being the master source or the infinite source that we all trying to tap into. You could call him God, you could call him Allah, you could call him Buddha, whatever you want to call him, whatever makes you feel good at the end of it. But that infinite source that we all trying to tap into, put Isaac in that place. And what does the infinite source do? Right? You say that that's you, but I'm blind. I don't know. So Isaac, the infinite source, but Isaac said to his son, how is that you have found it so quickly, my son?" He answered, "Because the Lord your God granted me success." Then Isaac said to Jacob, "Come near that I may what?
Feel.
Feel you."
Mhm.
Because remember, he's blind. And so blind justice, if you want to look at it like that, has no favorites. So I need to feel that you are the one that's supposed to get the birthright. But remember, Jacob's subjective intuition, played by his mother Rebecca, clothed him with it. Say, "Come near that I may feel you, my son, to know whether you are really my son, Esau." Just think of that. We ask for things. We ask for things and we go to sleep to it. We wake up to it. We pray. You even have people say you're not praying hard enough. But the thing about it is, when you ask, just like anything else, before it can bless you, you must be tested. It puts you in the mind frame, for example, you think of the Bloods and the Crips. You can't just walk up anywhere and just have a red bandana and say, I'm that. Because when they
Right.
see you, they would say, oh, you that? Okay, cool. But before you that, before we bless you with this, we're gonna have to test you with this. You either get jumped in or you put in work for you. What you gonna do? You just can't walk up to it. You got to really be about it. So the same thing with the infinite source. A lot of times we right at the brink of a breakthrough of what people call a miracle. You ask, you ask, you ask, but you stop asking because it didn't come because it didn't have enough evidence for you to proceed. But you might have stopped right at the edge of that, right at the tip of that right there. This is your word, a iota size away from your miracle, but you stop because you question it. All right. And so then Isaac said to Jacob, come near me, that I feel you, my son. You know whether you are really my son, Esau, or not. So Jacob went up to the father Isaac, who felt him and said, the voice is Jacob's voice, but the hands are the hands of Esau. That's deep right there, y'all. He kind of knew something wasn't right.
Right.
And even though you over there, you say you him, the voice not matching up. So come to me, man. Let me get a little bit more. I need to be able to, because what it's telling you is, it's also telling you that not only you need to ask, but you need to come to the infinite source with compassion. You need to
Right.
come heartfelt. You need to come, because I'm not feeling you just saying it. Show me what it is. What are you going to do to get to that point? Know thyself. And if you know thyself, then I'll help you out. Right. And so that's what happened with that. And so so he did not recognize him because of his hands. I'm sorry. Yeah, okay. He did not recognize him because of his hands were hairy like his brother Esau has. So he blessed him. He did not recognize him of because his hands were hairy like a that seems like a mistake. It seems like he recognized him by the hairy hands. Remember, he was having problems with the voice.
Right.
But when he felt them, he's like, okay, this is all right. So hands.
Maybe he got a
He
cold
said,
today.
huh?
Maybe he had a cold that day. Huh?
I didn't know
Voice
that, right?
not
But
right.
but but let me take you through the rigorous testing of this. I need to feel you. Do you feel like it? Or do you deserve this? Right? It's some deceitful stuff going on. Let's not lie on the surface. But metaphysical rise, prepare yourself, right? Right. So he said, are you really my son Esau? He answered, what did Jacob say again? I am,
Yeah. Sure.
with confidence this time. Then he said, all right, bring it to me that I may eat my son's game and bless you. So he brought it to him and he ate. And he brought it he brought to him wine and he drank. And his father Isaac said to him, come near me and kiss me. Here come that passionate, that sincereness that you have to have when you come to the master source or the infinite source. Come near me and kiss me, my son, because I'm still kind of not sure about this. You're not talking like myself, but you feel like it. So he came there and he kissed him. This mean at this point, now I don't know if y'all remember, Jacob was questioning
That's right.
his intuition or his mother, but his mother was confident, right? And now at the end of this, come to me and kiss me. So he came to him near him and kissed him. He's confident now. And he smelled of his garment and blessed him and said, all the smell of my son is like the smell of the field. Remember, he put the intuition, or the mother put the clothing on him, not just covered him with the hair, Because the father went through everything that he know, that his other sensories that wasn't failing him to pick out who his son is, his favorite. So he said, oh, the smell of my son, it's like the smell of the field that the Lord has blessed. My God gave you of the dew of heaven and the fatness of the earth and plenty of the grain of wine. Let people serve you and the nations bow down to you. Be Lord over your brothers, and may your mother's son bow down to you. Cursed be anyone who cursed you, and blessed be anyone who bless you. And so basically, in a nutshell, because for time, so we could stay time. Uh in a nutshell, Jacob now have the blessing. And Esau, to sum it up, Esau came back. He found out that Jacob got the blessing. He went to go talk to his father. His father was like, "Oh no, what just happened?" Da, da, da. And he basically told Esau, "Hey, there's nothing I could do because I don't already give it to your brother." And so now Jacob has the blessing. Later on, Jacob becomes Israel, and the story goes on. It's more to that. Later on, Esau and Jacob actually do reconcile kind of later, but that's later on in the story. Esau was having a lot of problems about that. He vowed the death of Jacob, but that's pretty much the nutshell of it. But when we look at it again on the surface, there was some trickery going on. The mother was deceitful. The son played along with it. The right was supposed to go to Esau, but in a metaphysical way, being that the father played a role of the master source, what we tap into to try to get what we want. And the mother playing the subjective, keyword, subjective intuition of Jacob. Jacob ended up. So what it's showing you is if you confident enough to think that you deserve it, even though you're the wrong person, you could become the right person. Trump, because
Right.
obviously Trump is the wrong person, but he's so confident, he's obnoxiously confident that this man gets over and over and over. And so the last thing I want to do, then we can go for questions. I want to give you this one verse because this goes on later on. This is Malachi, also still in the Old Testament. And in Malachi 1, it says that an oracle or a prophet, the word of the Lord to Israel by Malachi, Israel preferred to Edom. I get people a lot with this because people say, is God good all the time. But I also say he also hates too.
Mhm.
And people say, God don't hate nobody. Well, let's read your Bible. Again, I'm in the New Revised Standard verse. Israel preferred to Edom. This is Israel now. Before this, Israel, Jacob, Israel, was asking, it was basically saying, how do you love us? By now, so much happened. Famine happened. They hungry, all kind of stuff happened. So the Lord, God said, I have loved you, said the Lord, but you say, how have you loved us? Is not Esau Jacob's brother?
Mhm.
Says the Lord. Who's speaking, y'all? The
Lord,
Lord, the infinite source, the master source. Yet I have loved Jacob, but hated Esau.
there you go.
And this is a talking point for the Black Israelites because they love to bring this. And how they see it is the white man is Esau and everybody else is, especially the white man. And we the seed of Jacob, Israel. And so they love to say, listen, God is racist. And no, God is not racist. Well, see, and the scriptures say that God loved Jacob, me, but hated Esau, you. I have made his hill country a desolation on his heritage and his heritage a desert for jackals. If Edom says, we are shattered, but we will rebuild the ruins, the Lord, wait, is that loving God again? They keep saying God is good all the time. The Lord of hosts say, they may build it, but I will tear it down.
I
Sound
didn't
like
know
them,
that.
yeah, sound like them white folks with Black Wall Street and stuff like that. We just continue to keep anyway. They will build it, but I would tear down until they are called the wicked country, the people whom the Lord is angry forever.
Yeah, interesting.
But yeah, in perpetuity. Your own eyes shall see this, and you shall say, great is the Lord beyond the borders of Israel. And it also is quoted because Romans quote Malachi in later chapters in the New Testament. It says the same thing that God hated Esau but loved Jacob.
Right. Right.
My theory on that is the writers of the book, which was the people who calling themselves Jacob, Israel. This was more motivation for them to serve God and not pay attention to to the world. This was just more motivation that they wrote. You know, like they say, be of not of this world, but be not content of this world, but be renewed be transformed by the renewing of your mind. So we talk about some motivation to these people so they can continue to keep with the customs and stuff
Right.
like that. But that's what I have for you guys. That's it.
You know,
Okay.
We up for
So
questions.
so let me say this right here. So what me just looking at this, what you think about, Jacob, and in the Bible it's saying that God, yes, he loved Jacob, but Jacob did wrong. How can you love
That
somebody who did wrong?
that's
That
right,
that
brother.
make that make that makes no sense to me. How can you
That's absolutely right.
justify the all the crookedness that you done,
That's
and
right.
you supposed to be loved by the Most High after you
Right.
done your brother wrong? What happened to
That
be my brother's keeper?
keeper. That's right.
and it wasn't
That's
just one
absolutely
day,
right,
it's
brother.
forever. I'm angry at.
It's not just one day, by the way. It's nothing
Right,
that Esau or Edom or the descendants of Esau, Edom, could do to get in God's good grace. So if you know the talking points of the Black Israelites, I love them brothers, but they have them brothers and sisters. They have terrible talking points. They're terrible, 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 terrible. But if you listen to them, they go as far as to say that when the time comes and the changeover come and God comes and tribulation, all that good stuff, that it would be a reversal and that the white man will be our slaves. They're waiting for this to turn so the white man can be their slaves. That is their talking point. They're literally seeing it like that.
mm,
But the truth is, again, remember I always say this phrase: people build realistic situations off of imaginary foundations. It's all imaginary. Again, this is out of the Old Testament, so this is a lot of coding and poetry from those people of that culture of that time. It wasn't
right.
for the rest of the world. We just adopted it unbeknownst to us. Somehow we acquiesced to uh this culture that has nothing to do with us. So
Yeah,
you absolutely right. You absolutely right, brother. God good all the time, right? Not only does he hate
right.
he hate himself, like actually hate things himself, because it says it in the Bible, but he cherishes the people that does wrong.
Mhm.
What did Esau
Right.
do
That
but be hairy and red?
And an interesting thing to say here when we talk about God versus the law. Well, back when the twins, Esau was impulsive. The mother knew it and the dad knew it. Rebecca knew it and Isaac knew it. They were impulsive, but the law says that the firstborn was supposed to get that birthright.
That's
So
right.
even
right.
though they knew that, they were abiding by the law. So we talk about law, and law is independent of anything. It is what it is. And he was supposed to get it even though Jacob had the, if you will, character to carry on his dad's name and his ability to do stuff. but Esau was supposed to get it. It was the law. So it's an
But
interesting
again,
thing when we talk
yeah.
about it.
But again, if we look at it again, that's the surface. That is the surface.
Yeah,
This actually lets you know that the book is not a literal book.
that's
And
right.
so we're going wrong. The fact that it's, listen, the fact that it's two nations in one belly already lets you know that we're talking about not literal sense. We have to remember, we by nature, us highly carbonated, melanated people, are not literal people in a sense like that. We don't take things literal like that. We understand mytho. We understand lessons inside of it. And I hope that y'all listen back to it and see the metaphysical lesson behind that. Yeah, the surface is it was terrible. That was deceit. That was crazy right there. Again, who in the world heard God talking to Rebecca to even get this stuff? So maybe she was loony. Command, divine command theory, right? Everything changed from a voice inside of her head, by the way, right? But metaphysical wise, if we don't look at the mother as a deceitful person, but as, again, the subjective intuition of Jacob and the daddy being the ultimate source, the
Right.
master source that he's trying to tap into, it was Jacob's job to not only say I am, to say it verbally and put it out there, but he needed to feel like he deserved. Remember how it went? He was very incredulous at first. Hold on, mom, I don't know about this. I'm not hairy like that. And the mama said, listen, you listen to me, I got you. And by the end of it, Jacob was very confident. He now feel like I supposed to.
Yeah.
Matter of fact, he said I am maybe 3 or 4 times in that chapter. Go back to it and read it. That's how you're supposed to read the Bible, not in the literal sense.
Right.
There's nowhere in the world that a white boy and a black dude got out of one black womb.
Right.
That's crazy.
Right. And the thing about the I am works, and we do this when we do what we do, it's believing in the I am. And like you said,
Right.
with Jacob, at first I don't know, I don't my hair is on my skin, I'm hairy and I'm smooth, he's hairy and I'm smooth. Well, that ain't good, but at some point it got to where he believed in the I am. When he believed in it, then he could execute it, even though, remember, his voice he could not change.
That's right.
But he believed it and he went through with it and it worked.
It,
Because even though it was wrong, he believed in it, the I am, and it worked.
it reminds you of Trump. We ask,
How
well,
does
I
he get
don't
away
ask,
with all that
because
stuff, right?
but not only how he get away, but how could he lie on a drop of a dime like that with confidence and be able to sleep at night? You know why? Because he's Jacob. Not in the sense of Israel, but of the example of Jacob. He clothed himself and make himself feel it. He probably wake up every day and say, I am a king. I am that. And
Right.
and because he's so confident in it, it oozes up out of him. And it's unfortunately very contagious in the wrong way. Right. But that's an example. That's how we got to look at it. So, read it, go back as, I love telling that story because I usually would just paraphrase it, but to read it again is like, oh wow, it's letting you know this is not literal. It's not literal.
Yeah,
It's
that's
ju- you
true.
know,
That's for
it's
certain.
this it's a lesson behind this,
Oh wow, we're 8:20. Yeah, I was looking at the time. We're over a little bit, but we started late, so I mean we'll be okay. It's not a big deal.
Yeah, we actually talked.
Anybody, yeah, let's talk about it.
Uh
Anybody got any questions about it or input or thoughts?
I don't have an opinion.
Yeah. It's a good story. It is a very good story, and the understanding of the story is again, make it practical for you. Not to believe it literally, but to make it practical for you. Because metaphysically, it is all of us. It is the stuff that we have to use to exist, if you will, to be on this side of the plane. And so as you're breathing and as you're connecting, believe. It's very important to believe. It is a full-time job, by the way. We're all students. None of us are so good that we can't work on it, don't have to work on it. We all got to work on it.
Right.
So with that, let me see you switch back over to me. Let me see what I got here. Maybe I can share. Let me go back, share my screen. What did I do here? Go back to here. Yeah, okay. David, I appreciate that. And that was good. That was all right. Remember this real quick. We are not getting away from this. I'm gonna keep flashing it up there. But I wanted to we're gonna tell you it's a short time. The YouTube channel almost made it tonight, but we're still working on it. We had some stuff to disappear. It will be Universal Circle of Truth, and you'll be able to go to YouTube and pull up the videos and other things that we use, including tonight. So I apologize. We thought it was going to be ready, but it is not ready. It didn't save. I mean, for some reason, whatever it
Right.
is, it wasn't there.
We had it fully prepared, but it didn't save, and so it got lost. So we gonna have to
We
start
get
over.
it.
But we know what we're doing now, and it'll be up. You guys will get it in the next day or two. That way you'll be able to
Right.
review the videos and stuff like that. And also too, it don't hurt if y'all come up with any subjects that we need to address, anything. That would definitely help
Yeah, it's
the
going to be a
cause.
good tool. Remember, it'll be a real good tool. I can't even think of all the things we can get it to do, but it'll be very, very convenient. So I'm looking forward to it for sure, for sure. It's been a long time going the route we're going, but now with technology being what it is, and YouTube's been here forever, why shouldn't we be on board? So it's just a short matter of time. Trust me, we're getting there.
Oh yeah.
So we're here. And so we got our prayer protection, and I said, and I want to say before we say it, we're going to use this word God, God, because we've been using it and working with it, understanding that the reference to God is kind of limited. But I like the way it's done here. It gives us a challenge as a group to look for something else. But for right now, our prayer protection reads, the light of God surrounds us. The love of God enfolds us. The power of God protects us. And the presence of God watches over us. Wherever we are,
We are. God
God
is.
is. Thanks, everybody. You know the deal.
All right. Dr.
Uncle
Johnson there.
Johnson now. Be safe
Dr.
out there.
Johnson yeah.
Do again next week.
Johnson,
Safe.
Good night,
Good
everyone.
Good
Good
night.
night.
Take care.
Okay, good
Good
night.
night, everyone.
Good night.
Night.